My channel. Today I have this look for you guys. This is inspired by the stunning Aishwarya Rai. This is a picture of her right here. This is the look that I'm trying to go for. It is a smoky, almost like a grungy rock and roll type of eye. It's effortless, but it's glam at the same time. So she has like a little bit of gold going on in the center and then a lot of black and darkness and depth around the eyes, paired with a pinky nude lip. So without further ado, I'm just going to be jumping right into the tutorial. But before I do that, if you are new to my channel and have not subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button, please like and comment, and let's get started. Alright guys, I'm going to be starting off with misting my face with this Pixie Glow Mist. I'm going to be using this first just so that my skin has some time to take the moisture in, because we're going to be starting with our eyes first, but I just wanted the skin to be nice and prepped when we are doing our foundation. Then I'll be taking my MAC Paint Pot in Laying Low, and I'm going in with a Morphe E10 flat brush. And I'm just going to be applying this all over my lid as my base. Then I'm just going to take my Maybelline Fit Me powder. This is in the shade 240 Golden Beige, and I'm going to be applying this all over my lids with a Morphe E45 brush. This is more of a fluffy brush. So I'm just going to set all of that with this powder. I'm going to be using the Morphe Rose Gold palette right here. And I'm actually going to be using this shade right here as my transition. And I'm using a Morphe E13 brush just to get right into the crease. I want this look to be a little bit more rounded as opposed to cat-eyed, so I'm just taking it in windshield wiper motions, and I'm just staying on the very edge into my crease, like in the inner corner and the outer corner, and I'm not going to be extending this any further. So I'm just going in with this shade right here on a Morphe B18 brush. This is like a bullet brush almost. I'm going to be taking that color and again just applying this right in my crease just to deepen the crease up a little bit more. Next, I'm going to be going in with this shade right here. It's even deeper than the other brown shade that we used, and I'm just going to be layering that right on top of the color that we just laid down on the crease. I'm going to be using the Makeup Geek Defined Crease Brush for this. It looks like that. It's a nice fluffy brush, but it's really pointy, so it can get right into the crease. I'm going to be building the shade little by little just so that we don't have any harshness and everything is smooth and seamless and soft. Next, I'm going to be taking the Morphe M18 again and just going to be blending out any harsh lines. Then I'm going in with the Makeup Geek pencil brush and picking up that same brown shade, the deep shade, and I'm just going to be applying this to the inner corner of my eye For the center of the eyelids, I'm going to be taking this shade right here. It's like a nice bronzy gold. And I'm just going to be applying this with my finger to the center of my lids. Now, in order to really make this pop, I'm taking this shade right here. It's a very silvery pinky shade, and I'm just going to be applying that right on top of our gold. And it's okay if it's not precise because we will be going back in and blending this out. Now I'm going to be taking the same Makeup Geek brush and feathering out our edges so that we don't have any harshness. For eyeliner, I'm going to be using this Rimmel London Exaggerate Waterproof Eye Definer in the shade 261 Noir. And I'm just going to be lining my eyes very lightly, just a very thin line, just on the lash line so that our lashes can adhere and we don't have any skin showing, because I want this look to be really deep and dark and sultry. I'm also going to be tight lining with this as well, just so that we can't see any pink of our skin. I'm just going to quickly pop on some lashes and mascara, and I'll be right back. Alright, so my lashes are on. I use the Intoxicating lashes from Flutter Lashes. We're going to move on to the face and then come back and finish the eyes. I'm going to be priming my face with the Urban Decay Quick Fix Hydro-Charged Complexion Prep Priming Spray. It is the longest name ever, but that's what the bottle looks like. For foundation, I'm going to be using the Born This Way foundation in the shade Sand and Honey. I'm going to be mixing these two shades to get my perfect shade. I'm actually going to be blending this out with my beauty blender. Now this foundation tends to look lighter on my face as I'm applying it, but it does adjust to my neck, and it actually looks normal in person. I know in the camera it just looks like as if I look like Casper, but this foundation, I promise you, up front it looks fine. This is a really nice lightweight foundation. It gives you really good coverage at the same time making your skin basically look like skin, so it doesn't look cakey and it doesn't look too heavy on the face. So that's why I like to use this on an everyday basis. For concealer, I'm going to be using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Honey and Ginger. Honey is more of a pink tone and Ginger is more of a yellow toned. So the pink and the yellow just sort of make it neutral and is perfect for covering my under eye dark circles. To blend this all out, I'm going to be using a brush first. This is from It Cosmetics. It's a dual-ended brush, but I got this a long time ago, and I'm going to be using this side of the brush. It's fluffy and tapered, and then I like to go in later on and blend it all out with a beauty blender, just so that we don't have any harsh lines and there isn't a separation between the contour and the foundation. I like to take it towards the sides of my nose too, just for a reverse contour almost. Now I'm going to go back in with a beauty blender and blend all of this out. I am going to be cream contouring today, and for this I'm using the Tartiest Pro Glow palette. It looks like that. And I'm going to be using the shade right here at the bottom. It's a cream contour. And I'm going to be using a contour brush by Real Techniques. I'm just going to be buffing that in. I'm going to be using this Eco Tools brush. It's a angled brush, and I'm just going to be taking this down the sides of my nose for a cream contour. Now I'm going to be setting the face with some powder. I'm going to be using the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm going to be applying that under my eyes and all of the highlighted areas first, and then we'll go in and contour with a powder contour. I'm going to be taking this on a beauty blender because we are going to be baking today. I also try and get my laugh lines because throughout the day as I get oily, I tend to get creasing on these areas here. Now I'll be taking the same Tarte Pro palette that we used, and I'm going to be using this shade instead. This is a powder contour shade, and I'm going to be taking an e.l.f. brush. I don't know what brush this is, but it's a fluffy brush like this. It's nice and tiny. It's perfect for contouring. I'm just going to be going in and buffing this in. Now I want more of a prominent jawline and more of a prominent contour. So I'm going to be taking the Ben Nye banana powder and dipping my beauty blender again in the banana powder and just going to be chiseling this right out. The reason why I don't like to use the Laura Mercier translucent powder is because it tends to translate to white and on my skin, and then I get all ashy, so it doesn't look very flattering. That's why I like to use the banana powder to do this. So as this is baking, I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my eyes, and I'm going to be starting off with the black liner again. This is the Rimmel Exaggerate liner, and I'm going to be aligning the bottom lash line. And I'm also going to be tight lining my bottom lash line as well. I'm taking the pencil brush again from Makeup Geek, and I'm going to be dipping into the rich brown shade here again and really buff it out. Next, I'm just going to take a flat shader brush like this and go back in with that brown shade and really smoke this out. In the picture, I noticed that she had a really grungy bottom lash line, and I'm trying to kind of go for that effect. I'm going to be going in with this shade right here. It's a deeper brown. It's almost like a black. And I'm going to be deepening out the outer V because I kind of want the inner to pop a little bit more. So I'm going to be taking the same fluffy brush from Morphe. Sorry, Makeup Geek. I'm going to quickly do my brows and come back, and we'll finish the rest of the face. Now that my brows are on, I'm just going to dust off this baking under the eyes. Just buff the rest of it in. So for blush, I'm going to be using two Makeup Geek blushes. One is Infatuation. It's a nice peachy coral, light soft peach tone. And one is Spellbound. It's a little bit more pinky. I'm going to be mixing these two and applying them. For highlighter, I'm going to be using the shade Fire from the Tartiest Pro palette. This has more of a gold copper undertone. And I take it a little bit into my brow bone just for that brow bone highlight. I don't like to go in specifically with the brow bone highlight. I just like to take my highlighter and basically dust it off. I just wanted to add a little bit more shine, so I took the shade Stunner and I just added it lightly on top of Fire. So for the lips, I know that she has a pinky nude lip color. It doesn't look matte. It's almost like a satin shade. So I'm going to be using MAC's Cork to outline my lips. And then I'm going in with MAC's Brave. And to top it off, I'm going to be using this gloss by NARS. This is in the shade Chelsea Girls. And finally, I'm just going to spritz my face with some setting spray. This is Urban Decay All-Nighter Makeup. And that's it. This is the finished look. We are all done. I actually really like how this turned out. It's pretty comparable to the picture, I would say. Now in the photo she has her hair curled, but I'm actually not going anywhere tonight. I'm just going to be going and washing this all off, unfortunately. So if you liked this tutorial, please don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like the video, and I will see you again next week. Bye for now.